Words are very powerful when you think about it. Very powerful. That's why the Bible talks about the tongue. Book of James. There is life and death in the power of the tongue. The things we speak, things we say. That's why I want to use this title. You don't own me. I belong to the Most High Yahuwah. And as I look at this world, what we live in, how some people are scared to say what others are scared to say. You got people that talk their talk, as my brother Bo Teasy would say, talk their talk. Then you got people that be saying stuff like, man, I wish I was bold enough to say what you said or be like you. And according to who you are and what kind of money you make, the status that you are on, people treat you different. They view you higher than others when you are a celebrity or whatever it is that you do that's got you in the, in that higher category making money. But I like to say nobody owns me but the Holy Spirit. That's why I say what I want. Now, America tripped me out with this First Amendment stuff. Oh, you got the right to say what you want to say, write down what you want to write down. But as soon as you do that, it becomes an issue. So really, is it all that free? Do you really have all that freedom of speech? You got pastors, I ain't talking about all, of course, but you got pastors in these churches who are operating under 501c3 government status that wouldn't dare speak against homosexuality. They won't speak on certain topics. They don't want to lose their 501c3 benefits. So they play along right with it. But when you look at other people who are not afraid to stand on the gospel, not afraid to call out sin, not afraid of the government because the government don't own their church. They operate under the Holy Spirit. Those are the people that's oftentimes overlooked because you don't own them. Now, y'all know what I'm referring to. Read between the lines. I know y'all caught it off top. And it ain't just in basketball. In music industry, how many times have you seen where somebody said, I own you. You do as I say. But when you own your own rights, when you're your own independent thinker, you are a threat to industries. You are a threat to people, period. Because nobody can own you. That's powerful. That's why those slave masters would love to own people. Do what I say. Or if you don't, this will happen. The NBA, let me ask y'all these questions. I'm not going to make this video long. Who is the NBA owned by? Who is the NFL owned by? Just think about what I'm saying. Who is it owned by? Have slavery ever went away all the way? Or did slavery just come in a different form? And it got that mindset still locked up. Who owns what? Who's really rich? But then you gotta ask yourself, who's really wealthy? So many of my brothers are still being used like a puppet. And I pretty much don't care what organization you're talking about. But everything has an end date. See, the other talk back then was Colin Kaepernick. Now, the biggest talk now is Kyrie Irving. Next year, it'll be another person they talking about. The year after, it's going to always be that talk. But when you speak your mind, they can't stand it. And I'm not just talking about Kyrie Irving. In general, words are powerful. Putting actions to your words is very powerful. But I'm talking about when you say, you don't own me, you don't. This is why the Bible shows us to follow no man. Trust no man. Trust and follow the Holy Spirit. Yahshua is not walking around here in flesh no more. Some people don't believe he ever walked in flesh at all. He never existed. But to those that believe he existed, what do you think? What do you see? How are you operating? Do anybody own you? It better be the Holy Spirit you have gave your life to. That's who owns me. If you catch what I'm saying, as I rightly divide that topic, you don't own me. But that's who owns me. What I'm really saying is Satan don't own me. He wants to. He wants me to glorify him. He sent all kind of people my way to try to get me to fall. He don't want me speaking about certain things. Well, I know a little something about speaking. I've been doing it a long time. People will even offer to pay you to stop doing what you're doing. Stop talking about this. Don't do this, man. You ruining people. Da, 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 da. You have to look past all that. Because when you stand on what goes against this world system, they hate it. They hate you. Because what we stand for is foolish to the world. That's why I say what I want to say. I'm not controlled by government. I'm not owned by nobody but the Holy Spirit. Well, JT, why you don't be going here and going there and going over there and way over there and they don't want me there? Our Savior said a prophet is without honor in his own home. I leave you with that. Shalom.